He says he's ready. I see him. He's got his he's got everything set up at the house there. We'll bring him in now. Gamecocks commit. Now signee, Colten Gauthier. Colten, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How's it going? You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Awesome.
I love the setup. Obviously, a little bit different for you today than maybe it would have been non-COVID times, man.
Yep.
But you're making the best of it. So I was just thinking, we had Ryan Helinski on our live show on the radio 2 years ago, Luke Doty last year. Now we got Colten Gauthier, Gamecocks commit, sort of the face of the class. What is it like, Colten, to just officially put pen to paper? I see his dog wants to be on the show as well. Hey, if your dog wants to be on the show, man, he can get on too. We'll give Colten a second there to get back settled in. But Colten, of course, a 4-star commitment to South Carolina, a guy that Chris has really just, I would say, worked really hard to hold this class together despite all the sort of maybe turmoil and business decisions going on around him. Colten, how did it feel today, man, to talk to Jessica Jackson and make it official and send in your LOI?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really hit me because I got up obviously early in the morning and signed the e-document and everything. And once I got that phone call from Coach and, just really started talking about, what we're going to do as a program. And once that Gamecock thing got sent out, really hit me hard. And, I felt really blessed to be where I am. And like I said, it's been a long process, been a long journey, but I've made it here and still got a long ways to go. And I'm just excited to get to work and get to South Carolina.
Colten, Chris Clark here. Hey, appreciate you being on with us, man. Congratulations again. So 2 follow-ups on the calls. Got to find out the dancing with Jessica, I guess virtual dancing. How was that? Who has the superior moves? What type of dancing was it? Tell us about that first, and then I want to ask you about your conversation with Shane Beamer.
Yeah. Yeah, we got after it this morning. I didn't see what she was doing, but I know I probably definitely had her beat. I know for a fact that we were both dancing, though. I can tell you that. But I know if you talk to her, tell her I had the better dance moves. So.
Now, I'm not sure if Shane Beamer was dancing this morning, but I assume you mentioned you had a chance to talk to Coach. You talked to Shane Beamer this morning after you signed. How was that conversation?
Yes, sir. It was a great conversation. Very mutual between the two of us. He said, thanks for trusting in me. And, I just told him the same thing. I was like, thank you for believing in me, Coach. And it's very mutual. And I've been talking to Coach Beamer since he's gotten the job, through FaceTime and text messages and stuff like that. And all through the process, he's continued to stay on me. And we've continued to recruit the class and hold the class together. And I really like Coach Beamer, and I've bought into what he's about. And I think all of our other commits have hopped on board too and bought into that. And that's really all you can ask for. You know what I mean? So, he's laid out a foundation. And I feel like, the early enrollees, especially, are coming in at a perfect time where he's, brand new and we're going to be a part of it. And I think we'll all get there. And once we're all there, we'll all buy in as a team. And I think it's going to be really good. And like I said, I've bought in to Coach Beamer. I can tell you for a fact all the other commits have bought in. And I know a lot of the team has as well. And so I'm just excited to get there and be a part of the new era. Be a part of something special and make history. So I'm just very excited, very blessed, and very appreciative. So,
Colten, I remember in one of our probably really early interviews, we talked a long time, and you said how you sort of learned pretty quickly what a business college football is. I think maybe some OCs or quarterbacks coaches at places you had been recruited by had moved on, changed jobs. You got that reminder, obviously, again, man, you already knew it, but you got that reminder with the Muschamp deal. What has that been like to sort of go through that part of things? And why did you sort of feel it was important for you to kind of try to help hold this class together? Because it seems like you sort of took it upon yourself to try to do that, man.
Yeah, so for me, in my high school career, I've had 4 different offense coordinators every year. I've had 3 different head coaches, and I've been to 2 different high schools, and I've moved houses throughout my high school career. So through that process and through that adversity, I've been able to learn how to deal with it, because every year I've had a change, and it's been a major change. It's not just like a strength coach or whatever. It's like a whole offense is changing. And so in 4 years, I've learned how to adjust on the fly and learn different offenses, and literally went from reading a wristband to looking at signals. And I mean, I've been on complete opposite ends of the spectrum as far as the passing offense. And so, in those 4 years, it forces you to mature. It forces you to have a different perspective, and it forces you to learn, like you said, what a business college football is. And so when I got the news that Coach Muschamp got fired, obviously, it's tough, because, I love Coach Muschamp, and he was the main recruiter for me. He talked to me every day, and so obviously it was tough. But like I said, just by that process of me having to go through high school of offense coordinator, new high school, new head coach, it's prepared me for moments like that, and it's going to continue to prepare me for moments when I'm in college as well. So like I said, with Coach Muschamp being gone, obviously it is unfortunate, but for me, like I said, it's going to prepare me, and I think it's going to help me in college, and I'm going to be able to do great things, and just learning from that process has helped me out a lot. So like I said, I'm excited, and I can't wait.
Colten, speaking of offense, obviously as a quarterback, you said you're brought into Shane Beamer, what he's doing, but what have you learned about, if anything, about the direction that maybe he wants to go offensively, with how they want to use you, what the scheme's going to look like?
Right. So I haven't heard a lot, just because, obviously we don't have an offense coordinator hired currently. But I do know, as far as just kind of doing my research and looking back and just hearing things from certain people, a lot of RPOs and stuff like that. And he's going to rely on an athletic quarterback. And for me, that's perfect for me. A lot of people think that I'm, just a statue or a pocket passer. And I can tell you, I'm not that. I'm a very athletic quarterback. I'm able to make off-platform throws, do RPOs, throw on the run, and all that stuff. And if you watch the tape every year, it's gotten better and better, and it's going to continue to get better, because I'm going to have better coaches in college. I'm going to have more time to work on it. And so, as far as scheme, like specifics, I couldn't tell you, just because we don't have an offensive coordinator hired. But as far as, me doing my research and talking to people that have been with Coach Beamer, obviously seeing him in Oklahoma and just things like that, he is going to rely on an athletic quarterback, and I feel like that's where I can fit in. That's where I'm the best, and I'm able to come in and hopefully make an immediate impact, and just like I said, just continue to work and put my head down, and like I said, just continue to stay the course, stay the process, and see what happens from there.
Yes, I don't know if you can see it, but Colten, we've got your highlights from this past year rolling right now for everybody else to see while we're talking here, man. So talk to us a little bit more. You just hit it on a little bit, but a little bit more about your development, maybe your approach moving forward. And I know I actually talked to Austin Carter-Samuels a few months back, your guy out there, and you were back out in California, hanging out with him. So tell us about that. How has that been, just sort of growing as a player, but also getting, it's got to be a great experience for somebody your age to be able to go out and see California and experience the world a little bit too, man.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, ACS has been with me. I mean, I met him when he started to recruit me at Mizzou. He was my primary recruiter. He was the guy that offered me. And since the beginning of the relationship, I could tell it was just different. He was just a different guy. Probably mostly because he's younger and he's played at the level that I'm about to step into. And it's been recent, you know what I mean? It hasn't been like he's 15 years removed. I mean, he's literally like, I'm pretty sure about 4 to 5 years removed from that. So he's extremely relevant, and he's helped me out so much with not only the way that I play, but also the way that I approach the game mentally. and how I look at the game and perspective and all those things. And it's pretty cool that you said, it's actually very cool for me to, because I flew out there on my own. That's the second time I've done that. And the flip side of the quarterback thing is to get out and see California. You know what I mean? We're obviously out there. We're working every day. We're working out in the mornings. We're throwing. But then, in the afternoon, we'll go take a ride. We'll go hiking and we'll get on top of a mountain and just, center ourselves and think and do all those things that a lot of quarterback coaches don't do. And so for me, Austin, is not only a coach, but he's a brother for me. And I really can't explain to you how much he's helped me develop, and it showed up on tape. I mean, I'm watching my tape right now, and it's pretty cool for me to go back and watch my sophomore year tape to my junior year tape to my senior year tape, and you'll see the phases of the game progress each time. Sophomore year to junior year. Okay, junior year I did that better. What did I not do junior year that I did senior year? So that's what I feel like separates me. And a lot of people like to focus on stars and stats, and it's like, that's, great and all, but watch the tape. You know what I mean? Sophomore year to junior year to senior year. And I'm not trying to, boast or anything, but I'm just saying, really, I feel like I take pride in my progression in the game. And I know that I work hard, and I know I'm going to continue to keep that same mindset into college, actually level up, because I know when I get there, I got to really step my game up. And that's what I'm looking forward to doing. Like I said, I've came a long way, obviously, if you watch the tape. But the biggest thing for me now is looking forward and understanding that I have a long way to go. And I'm going to take that journey head on. Like I said, I'm going to step into it. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to get ready for it. And I'm just going to enjoy the process like I am right now. So, yeah.
Colt, you mentioned your progression. What have you grown? Which areas have you grown the most in? I mean, obviously, like, you've had arm talent, you had sophomore year.
Oh, yeah.
Size, athleticism, you had those things. So what is it specifically that you've really worked hard on improving over time?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing from my sophomore year to junior year would be just IQ, just identifying coverage, understanding the game a little bit more. And I think that really showed. And so always continue to improve on that. But I also implemented this coming off of junior year into my senior year in the off season. I implemented a lot of stretching and a lot of quarterback specific workouts instead of just benching, squatting, power, doing all those lifts. I really toned it down to be specialized. I did a lot of stretching in my hips. I did a lot of shoulder stretching, a lot of shoulder exercises, and I've thrown on the run more this year, and you can see how I turn my hips, and I'm more flexible in my back and my hips. And something so small as just stretching 30 minutes a day can make a huge difference. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that I've implemented is just taking, time to stretch and calm down. And also the preparation for me this year was 10 times more than last year as far as going through identifying coverage, what percentage of coverage do they run on 3rd down and 7, on 3rd and long. And then also this year's offense was a little more college driven. So guys would run routes based off what coverage it was, which allowed me to have a little bit of freedom. I could check plays. I was changing protections based off, if we had field blitz and we're sliding left, I would say flip to slide them right so we could pick it up. So on 3rd and 7, we can convert on 1st down. And so like things like that I've really taken pride in and learning and getting better at, I think has really helped me this year. And you can see it on tape. And so I would say stretching and preparation are the two biggest things that I really, really, really took into account this year. And also I naturally grew. So I kind of grew into my body a little bit more. I was 6'3" in May. I grew an inch. So I'm right at 6'4" right now. And so you can see that I'm kind of starting to grow into my body a little bit, and I'm still continuing to grow. And so obviously I'll be, more coordination and things like that. So there's a whole bunch of things I could go on all day about, but those are really the main things that I wanted to touch on of, what I've gotten better at and what I've really started to dive into.
Colten, we've got a listener question here from Jeffrey. Shout out to Jeffrey here. He actually threw us a little tip as well, so we appreciate that, man. Jeffrey wants to know, is the hair coming to Columbia as well? How long have you been growing the hair? And there it is. And can you tell us a little bit about your musical career as well, your hobby there, because I know people that follow you on Instagram have probably seen you shredding a little bit. So tell us a little bit about all that, man. Your rock and roll alter ego.
Yeah, man. I love the question. Appreciate it. So the hair for me is absolutely coming to Columbia. I can tell you that. I probably won't get much longer than this. But I learned from the GOAT, Colten Gauthier. Shout out to him, man. That's why I'm keeping the hair going in. So I'm gonna keep the hair for sure going in. And the guitar thing for me is actually funny because I actually picked up a guitar before I ever picked up a football. Growing up, I'll tell you a quick story. My dad had an old beat up truck, and he used to be my coach. And this truck was beat up now, and so he would put in Motley Crue's greatest hits, like CD, in the CD player. Well, we listened to it for a week, and then on the way to practice one day, we try to get the CD out, and it won't work. And we had this truck for about 5 years. So about 5 years, every day on the way to practice, we listened to the Motley Crue over and over again. And it just over time, and my dad was the same way growing up. He went to concerts, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Metallica. He's a big headbanger, and so I'll attribute that to him. And just I picked up a guitar, and just naturally I was able to piece things together. And I'm still that way now. I'll hear a song, and I'll pick up a guitar, and I'm able to piece it together. You know what I mean? But so that's really my outlet from football, is playing guitar. And like I said, I don't want to use football to promote my music career. That's not what this is at all. That's my hobby. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to get away. You know, for some people it's fishing, some people it's hunting, some people it may be whatever. But for me, it is playing guitar. And like I said, I'm not going to use football to promote that. I'm using the guitar to promote football. But yeah, I mean, I've been playing ever since I was about 5 years old, and I've just stuck with it. And I'm glad that I have, because I feel like that makes me extremely unique. You know, you see people that do play guitar, but I can confidently say probably not as well as me. I can shred now. So like I said, I've been playing since I was 5, and I've stuck with it. And I just fell in love with the era of the 80s rock and stuff like that. And I love music as a whole. Like, I listen to a whole bunch of kinds of music. I mean, if you went through my phone and saw my music, I mean, you're on this end, and then the next minute you're on this. I mean, it's completely opposite ends of the spectrum. I just love music, and I love the process of making it and hearing it and feeling it. And I've just been in love ever since. And so, like I said, that's kind of my outlet away from football. And it's going to continue to be. And, you know, hopefully maybe if, you know, after a big win, if a bar or something wants to do a gig, I'm open to anything. So hit me up.
Good deal. Colten, last thing I got for you, man. So now, you know, you're signed, obviously getting to Columbia next month early. Immediate goals, you know, what are the things that are on your sort of to-do list right away in the short term once you get to Columbia?
Right. As far as personal, you know, I'm not a very big, like, me guy. I'm all about the team. So I think if we had to go personal, I would just say just get acclimated to, you know, the big transition between from high school to college. I really think that's it for me, is just to get in there, get my feet wet. And like I said, just do the best that I can, right? You know, I want to go to bed every night looking back on the day and being like, okay, I did everything I could for the team. I did everything I could for me to get better for the team. I did everything I could to better the university. I did everything I could academically. List goes on, and I want to be able to check those boxes every night. And it's not for me, it's for the team, it's for the university. And like I said, I'm not a big me guy. And so I think the goals for me coming in are just be able to contribute to the team in any way I can in order to help them be better, whatever that may be, right? I may be second string guy on the clipboard, or I may be first string guy taking reps. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever my role is. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and I'm going to do it for my teammates, and I'm going to do it so that we can win and get better. And I think that's really where my mind's at. And I'm just going to continue to keep that mentality. And like I said, just get familiar with the new coaches and get familiar with school, because it's a big transition. Start building relationships, start getting close with the team. just start getting acclimated. And that's what I'm most excited for. It's just getting there and meeting everybody and getting with the team, spending time with them and going to war with them and workouts in the mornings and all this stuff. And it's a grind, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to embrace it because I know not a lot of people get this opportunity. So I'm extremely blessed and thankful for this opportunity that I have. And I'm going to make the most of it.
Colten, that'll be right around the corner, man. You'll be reporting there first week of January or so. So final thing here. By the way, what type of dog do you have, and what's the dog's name? I know the dog wants to be on the show too.
He's going crazy over here. I had to every time a person drives by my house, he goes nuts. I'm sorry. I apologize for it. He's chilling up there right now, but yeah, so he's a boxer. He's a German boxer. His name's Bolt. So there was a Disney movie way back in the day about this dog who was lightning fast. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And so I would watch. That was my favorite movie growing up. And so when we got a dog, I named it Bolt. So funny thing is, I got him in 3rd grade, and yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, that's my. I mean, because he's been through with me through everything. I mean, we've moved houses, and he's been there the whole time through the recruiting process, and after games, and he come up to me and all this stuff. So he's getting old, but like I said, yeah, that's my dog. He was going crazy earlier. I apologize, but I think he's chilling right now. So he's good.
No, you're good, man. We're a very pro dog show here. So if your whole family in there right now as well, or is it just you?
No, it's just me.
Okay, I got you. So final thing here, man. We've got like 350 Gamecock fans on here watching. So maybe if you want to give a final shout out or some final thoughts to them, just whatever message. And then I think you said you're going live on your Instagram at some point. Tell them about all that, just so if they want to watch that they can.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys tuning in. This goes to all Gamecock fans. I appreciate the support. Me and my family have received a ton of support throughout the process and a bunch more today. And I'm extremely thankful to be a part of the best fan base in the nation. Extremely blessed. Thank you guys for all the support. Since the beginning, all the way towards the end, you guys have showed me and my family nothing but love and support. We can't thank you enough for that. And my way of giving back is, like I said, promising to all the fans and the universities and the coaches, and I'm going to do my best every single day to help bring a championship back to South Carolina and do everything that we can to achieve that. I'm going live on my Instagram at 4 o'clock. My Instagram is at Colten Gauthier. It's on Twitter. It's on my Instagram. It's all over the place. I'll be going live, and I'll be signing the paper copies of my NLI and getting that set up and getting everything signed. I've already signed. It's already a done deal, but this is just, pen to paper, like a physical thing for me to do. And I'll have a picture of me up here on the TV. I'll have my family. I'll have more things set up here, and it's gonna be fun. Can't wait to see you guys there. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and thank you guys so much.
Colten, great stuff as always, man. Y'all heard him. Check it out. Instagram is at Colten Gauthier. Go check out his Twitter. You can find the link there as well. Colten, man, we appreciate the time. Enjoy your day. It's been great getting to know you, getting to know your family a little bit, man. You deserve it, so enjoy it. And, hey, Travis says maybe we get you out there for the national anthem for a big game sometime,
so
man.
That was actually an idea at my high school. They wanted me to do the national anthem before the game, and I'm completely open to that. I will absolutely do it in my full gear, and I'll play the national anthem. Let's do it.
Hey, we got to start pushing that idea, man. But, again, like I said, dude, we appreciate the time. Enjoy your day, and we'll talk to you soon, okay, man?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys.
Yep, that's Colten Gauthier, brand new Gamecocks commit. He's officially signed. He'll be signing that paper a little bit later on today. And then you'll be seeing him at 4 o'clock on Instagram. Then you'll be seeing him in the Garnet in Black starting out in January.